Miss Ngali here. This is the Screencast Part 1 for Watson's Go to Birmingham, Chapter 10, and we're going to start off with a quick write. So you can find that on your packet page that looks like this. Journal response of the day. It's right underneath your must-do checklist and your choice checklist. So make sure you're using those to help guide your thinking and your responsibilities for this lesson. So there are two parts to your quick write. The first is to consider this question. Has there ever been a time that you felt different from other people? Then you can describe that time. And the second part to this is, how did it make you feel? So describe that time and how it made you feel. Make sure that you're using complete sentences and 5th or 6th grade writing in your response. Don't rush through it, because this question can really help you connect to things that are going on in the story. All right, so now we're going to go on to our key vocabulary for this chapter. And so there are 3 words. As always, make sure that for your definitions, you're challenging yourself. Instead of just copying down the definitions, try and put the definitions in your own words. It'll be more meaningful to you that way, and then you might remember it better, and you'll be able to use it in your own sentences in a way that connects with you. So, and don't forget those illustrations. The first word is sanitation. And my example is that workers in the sanitation field help to ensure that our cities stay clean. So you can see garbage truck drivers, they work in the field of sanitation. Same with janitors, custodians. So the definition that I found is conditions relating to public health, especially having to do with clean drinking water and sewage disposal. So sanitation is not just dealing with trash, it's also dealing with waste, like what goes into toilets and down the drains in your sinks and showers, but also how we have access to clean drinking water as well. Facilities is a word that could mean a place, an amenity that means like something that's available to you, or a piece of equipment that has a specific purpose. So facilities could mean like a drinking fountain, or a place where maybe like at a beach you can take a shower. That would be an amenity that you have available to you. Facilities can also be places like gyms or spas. If you stay at a hotel and they say, here are your facilities or amenities that are available. But this word is also used to mean a bathroom, or restrooms. You could hear it in the context of, where are your facilities? I need to use the facilities. And it's just kind of a nice, proper way of saying restrooms. So my example is, since those facilities were closed for cleaning, I had to find a bathroom in another building. And the picture that I used, you can see, is an outdated facility or an outhouse, what an outhouse might look like. But in the Watsons Go to Birmingham in this chapter, they talk about the rest stop bathrooms. So that means like when you're on a road trip and you have to pull over and use the bathroom somewhere, sometimes there are public bathrooms that have been built for that reason, because they know a lot of people take road trips. So the bathrooms aren't always taken care of that well, but you can imagine in 1963 what it might have been like without more modern day plumbing and facilities. So I found a picture on Google of what it may have looked like during that time based on how they're describing it. And you can see that phone book in the middle is kind of poking fun at, you're going to see when you read it, about what Dad says about the Sears catalog. So let's move on to our third word, which is amount. That GIF is showing the amount of money that I wish I had. But the example I used is that I would like to increase the amount of poodles that I own. So an amount means a quantity of something. It's the number of something or how much of something that you have. Something else that I want you to know before you start listening to the audio for this chapter is what the Appalachian Mountains are. So in this chapter, the family is going to be traveling through a state, and they're going to be at the Appalachian Mountains. So I found it on a map for you. It runs from, it's a mountain range. It's not just like one mountain. It's a bunch of them all together. And they run from Georgia up to Maine. So it goes across a lot of the United States. And then I found a picture of what it looks like around Ohio, which is around where the family is when they stop at the Appalachian Mountains. So lots of beautiful forests, and it's very high in altitude, which means it's very high above the sea level. All right, so I will see you in the screencast part 2 for this chapter, and enjoy the audio for chapter 10.